What's going on, guys? Duggernaut here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the third fight from the new 8-man raid, Deltascape 3.0, part of the new Omega Bend of Time. The boss we will be encountering is Halicarnassus. She has 3 phases to the fight and uses a volley of skills. She'll be using attacks such as line point AoEs, donut AoEs, stacking mechanics, and run away from the party mechanics, which we will discuss in the fight. The fight has a minimum item requirement of 295 and will drop turn-in mats for item level 320 gear. Halicarnassus will start the fight off with Ribbit. This is a large cone attack that she'll do in front of her. Anyone who is caught in the cone will be turned into a frog and unable to do any actions for a short time. It's noted that she will turn and face a random direction when she does that, so you just want to make sure that you are behind her before Ribbit goes off. Although she doesn't have a tank buster mechanic, she still can hit very hard. Healers need to be on the lookout for that because of all the mechanics going on. There can be a lot of damage throughout the fight. So immediately following after Ribbit, she'll use one of her spell blades. She uses multiple spell blades throughout the fight. This one in particular, Spellblade Thunder, is a line frontal attack, after which she did Spellblade Holy. Spellblade Holy has multiple effects throughout the fight as it progresses. For the first time that she uses it, she will target one party member for a stack mechanic and 2 random party members for move out of the way mechanics. Immediately after Spellblade Holy, she will do Spellblade Blizzard, which is a point AoE that needs to be avoided. Then after that, she will do Spellblade Fire, which is a donut AoE, which if you are melee, you can actually run back inside to avoid. If you're range, you just want to run out. Getting hit by any of these will put vulnerability on you. She will summon 4 Soul Reapers in the corners of the room and use a new attack, the Queen's Waltz, which is a line AoE in multiple directions. I know it may look like there's not a lot of room, so just try to do your best to avoid the damage. After she uses Queen's Waltz, she will use the Playing Field, which will change the 4 panels in the center to a shield, a sword, and a cross. What you need to do is have the tanks on the shield, DPS on the sword, and healers on the cross to avoid massive damage. After this attack, she will use a move called Panel Swap, which will change the floor. It'll look like either broken ground or crystal. The crystals will be in a diagonal pattern. After changing the panel, she's going to use the Queen's Waltz. This time, however, you're going to want to make sure that you are on the crystal platforms in order to not get knocked up and take heavy damage. After that, she'll summon a Great Dragon that the off-tank needs to pick up, and you guys want to DPS it down, because after a few seconds, she will do another round of the Queen's Waltz. And then for us, what happened is after that Queen's Waltz, she did back-to-back Spellblades. So she did Spellblade Blizzard, so we had to run out, and then she did Spellblade Fire. But like I said, there is a safe zone right there that you can run back in to avoid any damage. And then she followed it up with Spellblade Thunder. After that round of Spellblade, she's going to do a move called Mind Jack About Face. While she's casting Mind Jack, you want to make sure that you are on the crystal panels, making sure you are facing an angle. Immediately afterwards, she will cast the Queen's Waltz. And then for us, she followed that up with another Ribbit attack. After that, she will summon another round of Soul Reapers, and this time she will use Spellblade Holy, but this effect will be a little bit different. This version of Spellblade Holy, everyone needs to separate from each other because they'll all have point AoEs on them. So the Soul Reapers will spawn in a set order. 4 of them will spawn on the crystal panels, and then 2 of them will spawn in the corners of the opposite room. So you can avoid these pretty well. After that, she's going to follow it up with another Queen's Waltz. And then immediately after that Queen's Waltz, she's going to do Ethereal Tear, which is set up for the next phase. When she does Ethereal Tear, she's going to summon a void in the middle, and everyone's going to get sucked in. So what's going to happen now is she's going to stun you, take you out of action, and draw you into the void, which will take you to a desert for a little mini game. What you have to do is you have to navigate from the island that you're on to the exit, which is that little void. I mean, this was a lot of fun. This little part right here is really cool. As you can see, each little sand wave will push you in a direction, so you just want to look at where they're going and follow it to get to the end. If you are unable to make it out in time, there will be a meteor that crashes onto the little island and will instant KO. After everyone makes it out in time, this will be the start of the final phase of the fight. So she will teleport back onto the field and immediately start panel swap. This will change the field back to the first set of panels. She will also then follow it up with the playing field, which so your classes are going to need to make sure they're standing on the proper panels, again to avoid any massive damage taken. Before she uses the game, she will use Ribbit and try to turn party members into frogs. You're going to want to make sure to avoid this. If you do get turned into a frog, you are no longer considered your proper class and will take massive damage. And follow it up with another Spellblade Holy, which is a little different this time as well. This version of Spellblade Holy is a stacking mechanic. You're going to want to stack up and make sure everyone is facing the same direction, because she's then going to also use Mind Jack. And then for us, she decided to use Spellblade Thunder. She'll then summon another round of Soul Reapers. You want to be careful about this one though, because the way that they spawn, there will only be one safe panel on the board. And then she's going to follow it up with Spellblade Blizzard, so just make sure to avoid that. She's then going to use the playing field to change the 4 panels in the center. You're going to want to pay a little bit more attention here, because now the icons are frogs. What you have to do is you now actually have to get hit by Ribbit in order for this to work. Once you're a frog, go ahead and get on a panel to avoid any damage. After that, she's going to add a new move, Dimensional Wave. This is just raid-wide damage that's unavoidable, so just make sure that you're topped off to avoid any KOs. She's then going to follow that up with another version of Spellblade Holy. This time it'll be stacking mechanic with 3 people that have to run away from the party. She also decided to do Spellblade Fire immediately after that as well, along with the Queen's Waltz. After that, she decided to hit us with another Dimensional Wave. We actually had to use Healer LB3, because if you look, we just took way too much damage. Then she's going to do the playing field, and she's going to change the 4 panels in the middle back to class panels, along with another Ribbit attack. So after she uses the game, she will then do Spellblade Holy along with Mind Jack Forward March. So this Spellblade Holy, you want to make sure that everyone again is facing the same direction, because it is a stack, and then everyone's going to get moved with Forward March. After Forward March, she's going to summon another round of Soul Reapers. The same Soul Reapers that will target every panel except for one, so just make sure that you run to the safe panel to avoid any damage. And then when everyone gets to the panel, she's also going to then do another Spellblade Blizzard, so you're just going to want to avoid her AoE from that. So after she uses Spellblade Blizzard, she's then going to do the playing field and change the 4 panels in the center of the room to frog panels. So again with this, you're going to want to make sure you get hit by Ribbit. Don't avoid it, make sure you get hit by it, and then stand on the panels to avoid any damage. And then after this round of playing field, she's just going to keep repeating her mechanics. So she decided to hit us with Spellblade Holy, which is the spread out version, along with Spellblade Fire, and then she was throwing in dimensional waves in between her attacks. And then after her round of doing multiple Spellblades, she'll then go back into doing playing field. This one though will be the class playing field, so you're going to want to avoid the frog this time and then stand on the proper panels. And then like I said guys, that's the fight. She's just going to keep repeating her mechanics until she is defeated. And this has been the Halicarnassus Deltascape V3, the Bend of Time raid fight. I mean, this is probably my favorite out of the 4. I had a blast doing this. This is a really fun fight. I know it seems like it's overwhelming, but it's really not. It's just, you know, repetition. She does one after another after another. It's just a really fun fight. I hope you guys have the opportunity to give it a try. You will not be disappointed. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, please give me a like. If there's anything you want to see, let me know in the comment section below. Please make sure to subscribe for all up-to-date content. And as always, goodbye from Zalara.